Welcome, my chingus, to episode 46 of This Week in K-Pop. In this episode, we will talk about Akdong Musician, Apink, Baechigi, Crayon Pop, Crush, Eddy Kim, JJCC, Mad Clown, M.I.B, and Super Junior M. My name is Steven, and with me is my regular co-host, Josh.
Hello.
He's so excited to be back. He's just
so back.
making...
Hercules.
You do what you do best, Josh, and
that
that is to make me look good. And you talk about stuff. But this
Every now and then.
Every now and sometimes. Now, This Week in K-Pop is a discussion podcast that covers the week's K-pop news and music video releases. And we've recently, I think, accepted the fate that we will record every other week.
Yeah.
Which means
sorry.
every 2 weeks there'll be an episode. But what's good about that is that instead of talking about kind of a lot of the lesser songs that we only talked about because we needed some time, we get to talk about mostly all good songs.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Yeah, because recently it feels like there haven't been really like dynamite releases. Just more of releases that I would say are kind of B tier. So it's nice that we can just kind of group up all the big names and all the songs that we really want to enjoy, really want to talk about, and just cram them all into one podcast for you.
No more talking about like a song that's mad. Like all of these songs we like in some shape or form. So I think this is a really good change. But thank you guys if you've been listening every single week.
Yeah.
But hopefully stick with us when we do this every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Now also instead of Josh picking a song of the week that I'm picking, since we're doing 2 weeks, we will both pick a different song of the week every episode.
Yeah. So you can kind of get a little bit of taste of what our musical tastes are like, and just kind of, more recommendations for you to go listen to things.
Yeah. But before we get into it, in case you didn't listen to the last episode, why did we? It's been 2 weeks since the last one.
We've been
what
busy.
happened?
We've been busy.
Maybe you're watching this on YouTube and you're like, why has there been no videos in 2 weeks?
Where are these chingus gone?
Yeah, and that's because I mentioned the last podcast, but my parents or my mom and my sister came to visit me in Korea. So I haven't had really any time to kind of sit down and do this. And kind of, to be honest, I kind of need a little bit of break. We did a review or reaction to Michelle Lee's music video, and like I've said some negative shit in my day, but I thought we were
really positive
pretty
about that
positive
video.
on that. But man, the comments were just uppercutting my butthole.
Uppercutting.
So I was like, I just can't. Even you, actually you were probably more mad about the comments.
I got kind of pissed because if we say something stupid, I'll admit to it. We say stupid things all the time, but we didn't say anything I would consider bad about that music video.
Yeah, people were bringing in baggage from other issues.
Yeah.
So we were like, I'm just gonna take a break.
Yeah. We're also at fault. We kind of poured some fuel on that fire too. But when we kind of come to headbutting things like that, you just kind of need to take a break, take a breather. Yeah. So we're back.
We're revitalized. It took us a while. I got my computer set up, which means I can do more fancier things, which hopefully you'll see. We're going to be kind of playing the music video with no sound, because I want to try to not be copyrighted when we can't be copyrighted. But you can click here at any point in the video to send you to the actual music video.
Yeah. No more of those janky annotations that I do. We're actually gonna
now you're gonna get those janky annotations on top of the actual movie.
Quality production.
But let's get it started, Josh, with your song of the last 2 weeks.
So my song of the last 2 weeks, we haven't listened to a lot of these songs a few times. As we said, a lot of these songs are great, are just fantastic. But the song that's been on my playlist for the past 2 weeks, or since it's been out, is Crush with Sometimes. Oh, I was waiting for this. I was waiting for this for so long because Crush, if you do not know, is actually featured on a lot of other artists' songs. He did a song with Zion T, Two Melodies. I love that song to death. But what do you feel about it?
Well, isn't he a producer?
He is a producer.
And now he's putting his face out there, kind of like, what's that American artist that did that?
Timbaland? No, Timbaland was
not Timbaland.
Like an artist producer before.
Oh my god, I should have thought it was
Robin Thicke. Is it Robin Thicke?
It's not Robin Thicke. He's a black dude. I'm thinking of a black dude who used to be a songwriter for multiple people, and then decided, you know what? Let's just do this. Neo.
Neo.
I'm thinking of Neo.
Yeah, Neo.
And also Kanye West was actually that too.
Kanye West was that too.
Where he was writing songs. But anyways, it is your song of the week, and I know you love this song. And why I enjoy the song, I think it's good.
Yeah.
It's not. I don't get into this kind of song as much as you do.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I feel like you and we have a lot of tastes that overlap.
Yeah.
But I think this part of Korean music and just music in general, I will enjoy more. I kind of like the R&B kind of sounds, a little bit like funky kind of sounds, like guitar riffs and like bass riffs and things like that. If it has trumpets in it, I really like a song like that. But Steven, that's just not really your flavor. You can appreciate me liking it, but obviously I don't expect you to like everything I like. That'd be crazy.
And part of it's like you can sing with him to the song because you actually can sing decently well.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't. I suck. I mean, if you were to guess,
No, he sings fine.
No,
he just has low self-confidence.
Whatever. But this dude's voice is really high, which is something you really like.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like a style of singing that I'm a little like not that into. So I can't really get into the groove with him. Kind of like I've said before for Zion T, which is like I think Zion T is amazing, but when it's just Zion T, I think it can get a little too much.
I know what you mean. Yeah,
I really like it when he's featured, and Crush is about the same, which is great song. I really enjoyed it. I'll probably download just listen to it, but I'm not gonna be all like doing my sexy moves like you are.
I mean, as we said, it's a very kind of R&B feel, and it's a very special kind of like how would you describe this? A special kind of.
It's like kind of like a airy.
It's kind of falsetto,
voice.
but the way I would describe it, if you guys know how to sing, it's a lot of head voice. Yeah. It's a lot of head voice, and it's very like kind of falsetto-y at some points. So, I mean, I love that type of singing, and I enjoy songs more when I can sing to them. And so that's just kind of why I like this song so much.
Yeah.
But Steven, obviously, you can't sing to it, so you're not going to get the same entertainment. But if you like R&B, if you like K-pop kind of style R&B, definitely go listen to the song.
Yeah. If
you haven't heard of Crush like featured in any other songs, Zion T, Two Melodies, he's on I think Simon D has a track with him. I'm not really sure. I can't remember all the ones he's featured on, but if you just look up Crush, he's kind of got a little bit of track record for himself.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I mean, I think this is one of the best songs of this week. It really is. It's kind of I mean, if I didn't watch the video, and I might be like, is this Zion T? And even if it was Zion T, I'd be like, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
So I think you should give it a chance, just like Josh said.
Music video's kind of boring though.
It's a dude singing.
It's definitely this, like I like to call like a K hip hop or K R&B kind of video feel. It's kind of got like a silhouette-y kind of dance, and it has a girl in it, and then some of your homies come through like Jay Park and Zion T make cameos in it,
and two other dudes.
and you're singing into like one of those mics or like playing a piano. It's very cookie cutter type of music video, and that's all right. But it's kind of like if it breaks the glass, you're like. And I've seen too many of them already. So
yeah, I will definitely say that I love more hip hoppy stuff where they don't act hard. I mean, I've said that, we've both said that multiple times, and props to Crush, of course, for he makes some weird aesthetic choices with his outfits, but I think overall good job for not being too hard.
And I'm glad there's no rap portion in this song.
Yes.
I think it would have ruined it.
I was half expecting Jay Park to pop in and be like, "What's up, my chingus?" And then like, "I'm here. Let's get it home."
Because Jay Park, he crazy.
I do miss Jay Park
a little bit.
Like one of the songs we didn't talk about because we didn't think it was that good was a Jay Park song with swings.
It's a swing song featuring Jay Park. Actually,
well, in my head, the good part was the Jay Park part. But that song's called "Fallen." So if you like your Jay Park,
yeah.
You should check that song out too, I guess. Yeah. Let's talk about the next song, which is by a group called M.I.B. with their song Chisa Bounce. Now, let's talk about M.I.B. Their last song I really enjoy. What's it called? Is it called Let's Talk About You? Oh, it doesn't matter. Because anytime I hear those words, I just think, let's talk about me, let's talk about you, let's talk about all of us. And that's such a great song.
Who was featured in that song?
Apink's Bomi.
That's right. Yeah. That was a good song.
That was a really good song. So I was really excited. I was like, okay, you know, M.I.B, I've heard of them. I'm getting more excited. And this song's different than that song.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more hip-hop.
Yeah.
But
a lot more rapping involved, definitely.
Yeah, a lot more rapping. But I mean, I really like the beats. Like, the
beat is really kind of like really kind of European hip-hoppy kind of feel to it. Has a little bit of dubstep in there.
Yeah.
Right?
I can hear this in a club. Like,
yeah.
Like, there's a lot of groups where they're kind of hip-hop, but I could never picture their song being in a club. You know? Like, you know, a BTS song in the club, I wouldn't believe that. You know,
it's just not a song that you can really dance to. You know, you can't really dance to like some of the hip hop songs, but this song you can kind of like, you know, bump your shoulders to, do a little bit dance to, you know, and that kind of makes it for me.
Yeah, I can see a lot of Korean dudes just like doing their
neck dance,
doing their neck thing. I mean, it's got also some questionable fashion choices in this song, but you know that's K-pop sometimes. What are you gonna do?
They were wearing some suits that when we were watching this, I was like, Steven, is this like Night at the Roxbury? Is this like Jim Carrey, like Will Ferrell, Chris Kattan, like, you know, doing their thing, head bobbing?
Yeah, their outfit choices are so opposite ends of the spectrum in this video. You know, as you can see now with our brand new technology, it's like one super colorful, kind of like Two Hearts Delicious looking outfits.
Yeah, and there you go. There's
the Night of the Roxbury outfits.
Night of the Roxbury outfits.
And then they have some nice black outfits that are like, oh,
those are clean and they should have worn more.
Yeah. But you know, the one dude, was this the one with the one dude with the really low ass voice? That wasn't this song.
No,
right?
it wasn't
that was
this song.
Another one. But it's kind of not a happy song is not the right word to say, but it's not like a in your face song, you know? And I really enjoy that. I mean, it looks like they're all in your face right now, but they're just having fun.
Yeah, I don't know how to describe it. I think I'm with you on that. Like, when they're rapping, it doesn't feel like they're trying too hard.
No.
We really hate people who are like, it's really evident that it looks like they're trying to impress you or they're trying to pull off a concept. But these guys, like, they kind of have that feel like, oh yeah, we're just having fun with it. Like, if you don't believe the concept, then we're like, whatever, we're just gonna still do it kind of deal.
And they stay away from certain, like, we've seen a lot of dudes with dreads that look very similar to a certain Big Bang members.
Not gonna say who.
Not gonna say who. And this guy also has, you know, his cornrows, but it's at a normal length. It's not a weird ass color. This guy, that's good. I'm happy with that. And it's got a dude who really, really sells this song.
Oh my god, dude actually looks like a person I wouldn't want to cross paths with on the street. Yeah. Like, he has that kind of face where it's like, oh, you're a gangster.
Yeah. And I mean, it's half jokingly, but I'm just a little tired of just the sexiest looking dudes, all like
pretty boys being hard.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I mean, you're a really good looking dude. I hate to bring up BTS again, but I'm just going to do it. And it's like, calm it down, bro. Calm it down. But I really do think you should check this song out. You know, it's got about 100,000 views. Pretty good for M.I.B. But this is a song where if I was back in America, I had my car, I had like a big ass bass system, I would definitely play this song.
It has a good beat to it.
Would be shaking.
It has a good beat to it. Even if you're not a fan of like K-hip hop, listen to it for the beat. That's how I feel about it. I'm not a too big fan of the rapping style, but the beat is definitely what sells this. So
yes, sir. So
next song.
You're the next song.
I'm the next song.
Yes, you are.
So the next song is a subunit, Super Junior M with Swing.
Yes, sir. And this, of course, they came out with the Chinese version first.
Yeah,
and
which is a little strange.
This is the Korean version, which is... I actually didn't watch the Chinese version, so I'm going to only assume it's the same video.
Yeah.
That's the most cost efficient, I would assume.
Yeah.
But what do you think? What do you think about this song, Super Junior M's Swing?
So, actually, Super Junior M is the subunit that was meant to promote in China, right?
Right.
So, it does make sense, I guess, that Chinese version came out first.
You're wrong. You don't get some credit. I mean, there's going to be some comment that's like, obviously it's Super Junior M for fucking Chinese.
Yeah, I don't know why M means like Chinese. I guess Mandarin.
It's Mandarin,
right?
I would assume.
Korean and Mandarin. But this song had some parts that are very Super Junior-esque and some parts that are very not. And it has the parts of Super Junior that I like, and the parts that they added in that I feel aren't very classic Super Junior, I actually like as well. About the song, I should say. The music video is just kind of a box music video, and so many flashing lights and lens flares, and SM found out this new cool camera cut, so they're doing it all the time. Like, we were talking about, this is the same camera cuts as that TVXQ song. Not something. Spellbound. Spellbound. That's the one.
Like, it is the exact same with the fake zoom-ins that aren't actually zoom-ins. They just zoom in on the pictures. And it's cool. It's like the next evolution of the EXO growl kind of thing, except it's not one shot. Which, if you're a listener for a long time, you know that one shots always make things better. But no, I will agree with you. Actually, like, if you've been listening since episode 1 with Kelvin, if you know who Kelvin is, you know that I legitimately have not liked Super Junior. Like, I think they're lucky with their timing, because I didn't think their songs were very good. I didn't think their dancing was not good. And I think they were just the first supergroup male group, so they got a pass on a lot of things. But to bring it to a more positive thing, I thought they did pretty well in this. I was like, man, like, Super Junior can dance. Like, there's some pretty decent dancing, sort of. And I actually really like the song. Like, I know Sorry Sorry is a gangbuster song, and it's really catchy, but I still don't really like that song. Let alone, like, Spy or
Sexy Friend Single.
Sexy Friend. I mean, those were all, like,
Sexy
we want to be sorry, but we're not.
Ready to bingo.
But I actually legitimately think this song is pretty good.
Okay.
I will say, as you can see right now, halfway through the video, they
kind of get epilepsy.
It's just like a fucking lens flare flashy light button too many times.
Yeah.
And this dubstep dance break is bad. It's bad. Yeah. It's wrong, and it should not be in this song.
Like, the dancing itself on this dance break is like pretty well done, but it feels like it's a totally different part of the song. It doesn't fit. You just kind of chunked it in there, right? And it just feels really mismatched, and not in a good way. Like, you see, I really like Super Junior because their type of boy group had designated singing lines and designated dancing lines. So when I would look at how dance moves were supposed to be done, I look at like Donghae and Eunhyuk, and then when I'm expecting singing, I expect from like other people.
Sure.
But now, like, more idols nowadays kind of have like a little bit more rounded package. So I can understand why a lot of people like don't like Super Junior. But
I mean, a lot of people like it. I mean, they're still too pretty dumb.
But let's face it, Super Junior, one of the hugest groups in K-pop, you know, up till now and still, right?
Yeah.
But I'm really glad that they put this out, because Super Junior has been kind of quiet in terms of releases. I mean, they've been doing a lot of concerts, they've been doing a lot of like other things, like Eunhyuk and Donghae have been doing their thing and everything. And I love the stuff they release. Yeah. But like most of the elves that I know, like Super Junior fans, like they're just waiting for something to come back. And the problem is that with a male group this large, you kind of have a lot of people leaving for the military and coming back. So it's kind of hard to promote as a group. And with groups like this, like that kind of have singing lines and dancing lines, like Super Juniors and SNSD, groups like that, you kind of need everybody to kind of have that power, you know? Like they're stronger in a group than they are kind of bit by bit. Yeah. So I'm really glad that they kind of found a good mesh of people in M, even though they released something before, and they released something. Even if people disagree that it's good or not, like I'm glad they still released something.
Sure. Yeah, and I will say like this is probably my favorite Super Junior song of all time.
Well, it's technically not Super Junior, it's Super Junior M.
13 for life, guys, or whatever that junk happened. I will say though, please, if SM releases another video with the same camera movement, every single time I'm gonna be more and more angry. Like this is the second, potentially third one, and it's like, all right, we got next time more flashing lights, more of the same thing. It's like, okay, I get it. Stop milking the cinematography boner that you got.
The new flashy camera that you bought.
Yeah. But all right, let's talk about another boy group, a brand new boy group.
A rookie boy group.
And they're called JJCC with their song At First. Now, JJCC is, of course,
Jackie
Chan's idol group, or his company's idol group. And, you know, when you hear that, you're like, you know, it's like,
come on, Jackie Chan.
It's like, if you were good, you wouldn't need Jackie Chan to promote. But
it's like, what does Jackie Chan know about the K-pop industry?
Yeah, it's not like he's been an entertainer in the Asian industry for fucking 30 years. But, you know, I have heard Jackie Chan sing, and I don't like that.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
But I actually think that this is one of the strongest debuts I've seen
for a boy group.
I think in a long time. Yeah, especially for a boy group. Yeah. In a long time. And I was surprised, actually. Because at first I was like this video's going on, and they have superpowers. I'm like thinking EXO, right? And I was actually really surprised by like the voices. This is the one with the really low voice guy that comes out. It's like, whoa,
dude got a K voice.
Yeah, like, is your superpower fucking testosterone? What's going on?
Is your superpower ginormous balls? Like, what the hell?
Do they hang low?
What the hell? Like, oh jeez, yeah. K voice. This guy, this chingu. We're like, whoa, okay,
yeah,
all right there.
But you know the song, it does sound like, I don't listen to C-pop that much, but I've heard my fair share of it growing up since I am Chinese, and there are tingles of this song sounds like a Chinese song.
Yeah.
But that's not a bad thing. Like I was actually like kind of down with it.
Yeah.
I actually like it quite a bit. I think this is the best boy group song that I've heard in a while.
That's hard to say.
Do I consider? Is this better Super in Swing? They're very different songs. Actually, I think I do like this more than Swing.
Okay. Well, for me, it's hard for me to say that this is one of the best like debuts I've seen in a while, because for me, GOT7 was really good, and I'm also really looking forward to like Winner and their debut. And I mean, when you look at like other rookie groups like BAP and like all of them, like they had really good releases and debuts also, so I can't really say, I'm not in agreement with you on that. But I will agree, this release was very, very strong. Definitely a lot better than I imagined. And just, it has that kind of, if you guys are familiar with Jay Chou and he kind of raps, it kind of has a little bit of that flavor. Sometimes I like Jay Chou, sometimes I don't.
I'm usually a don't. Especially his weirder stuff. I still remember his like cowboy song that my friends, friends who are girls, used to play all the time, and I'm like, Jay, why? This is like AIDS in my ear.
AIDS in my ear.
Like I'd rather listen to Orange Caramel more than that. Which I hear that song all the time, actually.
Yeah.
And it's a fun song. It still makes my ears bleed.
Of course.
You know, speaking of like debut groups, GOT7 was good. But I guess it's like a battle of expectations. Like I'm like, oh, it's YG. True. I expect better, so I was a little less impressed overall. Yeah. And I'm like, Jackie Chan's group, that's gonna be a train wreck. And I was surprisingly, or I was happy.
Yeah. It definitely beats out expectations, right? Because with big groups like JYP, YG, SM, if they release like, what was that one? Like, was it MOA? If they release a group like that, it's that one girl group where we're like, who
Oh,
they shot
right,
this as a
right.
potato?
Yeah,
You shot this as a gokuba? Like, what the hell, dude? Like, come on now, how are you gonna release this? But
Yeah.
like, if it's a bigger group, you kind of expect it to be a little bit higher standard, and this was on par with like a big group, big company style release, and it just kind of
Surprised. Very
surprised
surprised.
us in a good way. In a good way.
And yeah, I'm probably just not thinking of a bunch of boy groups. I will say I didn't like BAP's debut. A couple of songs. I didn't like. I can't remember what Beast's first song was.
That was a while ago. That's maybe 3 years ago.
Yeah, but I was more in reference to like the boy groups that debuted last year or the year before. Like BAP and Beast are pretty old. In the cycle terms, like I was thinking more of groups that I probably can't.
Oh,
name
within
right
the
now.
last year or two, like C Clown, BTS, like Speed, like groups like that, like rookie groups.
Yeah, there's probably like 10 what Apron, you know, like there's a lot of groups that I just can't remember because they didn't make any impression on me, and I think JJCC is one of the
Called
better
Nugu
ones.
groups. Nugu groups.
Oh, Korean tons.
Yeah.
But the name needs a little work, but you know, of course, all K-pop names are dumb. Just depends on if they're famous or not.
It depends on how many people like you.
But JJCC is hard to say. You know,
It doesn't roll off.
like if
the
it was
tongue.
J2C2, that rolls off the tongue way more than JJCC.
But I mean, you could say the same thing for like what Sonya Shide and like
Yeah, but no one says
Super
Sonyo
Junior.
Shine. They say it's that.
Soshi. No, say Soshi.
You say Soshi. But you
Koreans
know,
say Soshi. Anyways, that's not important.
we ain't talking about Koreans.
We ain't talking about that.
You definitely know a Korean person that's going to be like JJCC. I think their name is definitely not that, right? It's definitely not JJCC.
Double J Ishi.
Yeah. It's like double J, two C's, right?
Yeah, double J 2C.
Which, yeah, because you won't catch a Korean person trying to say JJCC. That'd be pretty darn hard. But anyways, let's talk about our 5th song of the week. And why don't you introduce these people?
Our 5th song of the week is Crayon Pop with Oi.
I was like, ooey?
Yeah, that's what it looks
Ooh-eh?
like in English. Like it goes ooey, but the Korean, I can read it here, it says oi.
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 So we can get straight to it, which is, what are your thoughts on this song?
Okay, so this song, first off, who the hell is that guy in the music video with like who's looking like Avatar? Like what the hell?
Yeah,
Like
like a reject Avatar,
like.
Dragon Ball Z, like Krillin wannabe.
But that aside, like this song is very, 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 very Crayon Pop, and it's the reason why we like Crayon Pop. And it might be kind of stale, and you might think it's a gimmick, but I love it. It's fun. It makes me like jump around. I think they're really cute. I think it's really like quirky, and that is why I like Crayon Pop. And I'm glad they're sticking to this. And I hope they just ride it out until I'm like, oh god, no more Crayon Pop, please. But I'm not tired of it yet.
Yeah, I will say I'm happy that, like, you say it's really Crayon Poppy, and it is, but I think it's sufficiently different enough from Bar 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 and Lonely Christmas.
Yeah, Lonely Christmas.
That it's like they can move on, you know? You know, it's not just they're not wearing helmets anymore, they're wearing scarves. Like, it actually feels different.
It has a different feel, yeah.
But for me personally, I find this song, which is fun, and it's even more fun when he's dancing to it. But it still is not as fun to me as Bar 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 or Lonely Christmas. Like, this is fucking genius. Like, that is fucking genius. And there's no move like that in here. But I will say, we mentioned while watching it, was like, they're always moving. Like, they're fucking working hard, man. Like, I think they rest once in this whole video. And it's not just like sexy pose this, sexy pose that, like cute wink here. It's like they're always doing junk, and like props to them because it's probably really hard.
So the reason why I think I like this song so much, it's because like I like it when songs have a kind of a retro feel, and it's hard to believe a Korean song going American retro. You have a lot of songs sounding like that, and it kind of just doesn't sound right. But this song kind of has like a trot kind of Korean country sound, like country song sound to it. If you guys don't know what trot is, go look it up. It definitely sounds like a trot song, but like electro pop dance version. Like,
I hate trot. I don't hate trot. Just you hear one trot song, you heard them all.
Kind of true though.
But no, I do agree. This is like the next evolution, the techno hip hop version of, or not hip hop, the techno club version of trot, and it works. It definitely is a really fun song, which is what I listen to K-pop. That's why I listen to K-pop. Not for sexy girls. I mean, that does help, but fun is where it's mostly at. But in my head, you know, maybe I gotta watch this a couple times more. But like, this is just,
that's just gangbusters.
You just can't beat that. And it's a little sad that was wrapped up in like a Christmas thing, because
that was a really catchy dance. Yeah. Pop.
But no, seriously, props to Crayon Pop. Like, you know, I think a lot of people put them in this gimmick box, and they forget, like, I think the dance that they do is 4 times more involved and harder than, not harder, sorry, that's not the right word.
Harder is not the right word.
It's just 4 times more involved and energetic than most girl groups do, because they usually do slow, sexy move, which is hard in its own right. A lot of like
chin touching and like.
Yeah, but I still think it's much harder to do what they do.
Lip rubbing and chest stroking.
And look fun doing it.
Like, I'm tired of that. I've seen enough of that.
Yeah, what was that video we watched that we're not talking about that was all that? Oh, NS Yoonji. Yeah, I don't think that girl danced a single bit in that song. It was just all model poses.
Or like hip grinding.
Which some people like. And I was sad because I actually really like that. I decently like NS Yoonji.
But she ain't got no booty though.
That's like saying like the water quenches your thirst. I don't know what I was going.
Water does quench your thirst.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know where
like,
you're from.
You don't need to.
Mars.
I'm saying you don't need to say Asian girls ain't got no booty. That's like fucking obvious. It's like
saying the sun is hot. Like
that probably would have been better than what I was trying to say. Like, but you know what I'm saying now.
Like, come on, chick.
I'm saying it's like you don't need to mention. It's like that girl's boobs are small. It's like okay, I got it.
Okay, but in a time of just super sexualized K-pop in your face, it's nice to see something like this. It's nice.
It is. And so we're at the middle portion of the podcast. Gosh, it feels like it's been a year since we started this.
Because we have a lot to say, because these songs are good.
Yeah. But this is where we kind of thank you guys for listening and kind of inform you of other things that we do. So I want to first thank your senpai, who left us review. Yeah, left us a review on the Canadian iTunes.
What?
Which I figured out how to look at that stuff.
Didn't know there was a Canadian iTunes.
Yes, there's actually 40 countries, and they all have separate iTunes reviews. So if you've left, we actually found out another person did leave a review, but like 8 months ago. So if you did leave us a review on something that's not in the American one, tell us, because then I'll check it and I'll read it and I'll feel great about myself. Yeah. Unless you wrote a really bad one, then
we'll cry a little bit.
But we do want to thank you. Like, oddly enough, we got a review on the Canadian iTunes account. We're number 3 in the search results. In some of the other territories where more people download us from, we don't get reviews. We're 12th on the search list, behind Dead Podcasts.
Dead Podcasts that haven't updated in 2 years.
Yeah.
We at least update every 2 weeks.
Yeah. So if you guys can leave us a review, that would really help us out. A lot of people kind of jumped on the bandwagon with our 21 Crush review and our Girls' Generation review. So if you're one of those people, thank you. I hope you stick with us. Hopefully you don't hate us. But we also do things on YouTube.
Plenty of things on YouTube.
Even though we didn't really release any videos in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, we're kind of busy.
We did hit a pretty significant milestone where I was kind of mad because I wanted to make a video of happiness and joy. But I was busy. And what is that? What happened?
We finally hit 1,000 subscribers.
Yay!
Yay! I know it means like nothing to probably the bigger like peoples, because they like once they make a video that's like kind of popular, they get like 1,000 or a couple thousand subscribers like automatically. But for us, we've been like making a lot of videos for a long time now. And it's nice to see that there are a few people out there who kind of appreciate what we do. I think beginning of this year we were about like what 200 or something.
Yeah, when you started doing it with me, I think we were at like 200 or less, like 170.
Yeah, maybe like less than 200 subscribers. So we gained about 800 subscribers, 200 to 1,000. So thank you, all you chingus out there, listen to us ramble about stupid things, and I hope you stick around for a while.
Yeah, I hope I don't offend you with my face.
He will.
But and we're thankful because you support us, and so we can do other things. Like one thing we do is something called TWIK in Korea. We both live in South Korea. We both teach in South Korea, and every week we talk about some junk about it. Last week the last episode that we did.
Not last week, maybe like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, which was episode 14. We talked about 4 brands you won't see in Korea. And I think that's pretty darn interesting.
It's a pretty darn interesting discussion because we definitely didn't really know this before we came. So.
Yes, sir. And this week, we don't know what we're going to do yet.
No clue. We're still in like...
It took a little longer for us to set up this podcast.
Get back into the mode.
So hopefully we'll record one before Wednesday, but we actually don't know.
Probably not.
Yeah.
To be honest. Yeah.
But we do other stuff. We wrapped up kind of our first trial game of What Is That?
What is that?
Which is a K-pop guessing game. So if you want to play along, you should definitely check out What Is That? Stick around to the end of this video. You'll see like links to all these playlists of all these things we do.
And you owe us a punishment.
I do owe a punishment. I forgot about that. I really forgot about that. Oh, God.
Punishment.
My life is already a punishment.
Punish him.
No capes.
Punish him.
Now's usually when we do news. But I don't even know why we have this section because there's usually not actual real news other than gossipy kind of.
Yeah,
she said news.
We're kind of trying to steer this podcast away from kind of quote unquote news. I mean, it's mainly just kind of tabloid stuff, like who's dating who. If you don't know, the news for this past week has been Tiffany from SNSD dating 2PM's Nickun. But we found out we don't really have anything to say about that kind of stuff. It's like, well, yeah, sure. Go ahead and date. Be happy. Why are people freaking out? Like,
it's like the 4th SNSD girl. I mean, come on.
Right now, it's dating generation.
I'm more interested in when the rest of them... Like, I want to see all these pairings. I think... I can't remember who the other people were dating, but I think this is the first one where I instantly knew who the guy was. You know, Nickun, obviously, 2PM.
You don't know Lee Seung-gi?
Oh, yeah. But I don't really like him that much. I mean, he's a great actor and stuff, but... Like in my head,
you don't follow him.
Those two together is kind of like
what? It's like the perfect pairing.
Yeah, but Nickun, I'm like Idol always makes more sense. Like,
and I love Nickun. Anyways,
yeah, he's a good dude. He's a good dude.
That's pretty much all we would have to say about that kind of news. No. Any news that we're kind of talking about, we feel like we're just kind of perpetuating negativity. So we're trying to stay away from that, unless it's something that we feel we have to speak out about, or just something that deserves
something
some
that's
discussion.
Real fucking news.
Yeah, that deserves some discussion. But we'd rather talk about like 2 more songs that we liked in the past few weeks than, ooh, did you see the selka that so and so took? Like, no, we don't care about that.
To be fair, he looks at a lot of them.
I do that at my own time. I don't waste your time.
You're right. Anyways, let's move on to the next set of songs. And we're going to start with my favorite song of this week. And there were a lot of good songs this week.
This honestly, the only reason I didn't pick this song for my song of the week is because I think Crush needs to have more people listen to it. Is why.
Yes. Yeah. I agree with good choice. But that one is not going to be my choice because my choice this week...
What is your choice?
Was a small little group. You may have heard of them. They're called Girls' Generation. I'm just kidding. They're called Apink with their song
Early Girls' Generation.
Mr. Chill.
Mr. Chill.
Now, of all the songs, I mean, I should have mentioned this at the top, which is like when we stopped recording for like the 2 weeks, like I went on like K-pop blackout. Like I was like, I'm not listening to anything. I actually didn't even really listen to K-pop. I was just listening to podcasts and stuff. And Why did I mention that? I mentioned that because I didn't really hear these songs that much. Like, we just listened to them before this podcast, so... but what's important is that there's only one song that sticks out and that I can remember exactly what that song sounds like right now, and that is Apink, Mr. Chill. Right. Now, it doesn't help, of course, that he sings it a lot.
I don't... do I?
I mean, you just did it a couple times.
Okay.
I didn't hear you sing any of those songs. Oh, you did sing Crayon Pop. But Apink, I mean, I think that this is a very safe release. I mean, the music video is boring. Like,
them
I mean,
being cutesy.
Yeah, it's like, you know, I always say the guy versions of those are boring, and yes, I think a lot of them are really cute, and I smile a little bit, but it's a boring ass video.
Right.
But the song at first, I was like, oh, this is kind of boring, man. That's a boring ass song. It's just cutesy song again.
That's kind of like...
It sounds like every other Apink song.
It doesn't really like... No. Like there's no really excitement to it. Right?
But then the chorus kicks in, and it has a good chorus.
Like, it really builds up.
Yeah, and it's got kind of like a rhythm to it that I always find nice, which is it doesn't go it goes a little bit against the background track, which I'm really happy about, and it's catchy. I can say chill, you know. The dance, can I remember the dance?
It's kind of just a cutesy dance, like
yeah. The dance is a little lackluster, I will say, but you know, I'm not like, you know. They're not like, even though we say they're kind of like SNSD, like, their dancing I don't think is
definitely
their
not
choreography is not on par.
Definitely not on par with SNSD's
because I can't really remember. I mean, it's on par with their Mr. choreography.
Mr. choreography is pretty good though.
No, it's not.
It's better.
You've been brainwashed into that shit because I remember the first time you were like,
no, it's better than this.
I'm going to agree with that.
All right.
And I haven't seen a performance video of this because they're really not dancing in a lot of it.
I've seen performance videos of it,
and I have seen performance video of Mr. and no, that is not that good. But anyways, we're
not talking about SNSD.
We're not talking about
we're talking about Apink.
Talking about Apink.
And my thoughts about Apink. So Apink, this is a very Apink type release. Apink, one of the few girl groups out there who's still rocking the innocent cutesy image. And I, for one, I say, okay, I like it. It's kind of refreshing to see a group that can still kind of pull off the cute, innocent look. That kind of brings me back to like the old days of like Finkel and, you know, all thems and like early SNSD.
It's so weird. Sorry to interrupt, but it's so weird to me that that's now a statement, which is it's a breath of fresh air when they're cute and kind of boring. It's like, that's so weird, but it's true.
It's true, right? Like we're used to seeing like oohs and oohs and ooh, a lot of that, but now it's just a little cutesy. And you know, the reason why I like K-pop is because when I listen to it, I'm kind of just, you know, puts a smile on my face. Like, oh, cute girls acting cute, or like, you know, guys kind of, you know, dancing around a little bit, doing cool choreography, wearing matching outfits. Like to me, that's like, it brightens my day if I'm having a bad day. Right? Like K-pop is like a bright spot. I don't really like to listen to K-pop necessarily for kind of like deeper lyrics or like kind of like you know, like emotional feels. I'll go to like English songs for that. Like K-pop is kind of, when I think K-pop, I think Apink, and I think groups like this, like the second generation of like K-pop, like the golden age, quote unquote. And Apink kind of reminds me of like the golden age of K-pop, and that's why I like them. This song is not as good as No No No, not as good as some of their like early releases that I liked, like My My and like Boo Bee Boo, and you probably don't know those songs.
I know Boo Bee Boo.
Like, this song wasn't as good as those, but it was just such a good reminder, like, oh yeah, K-pop. This is what K-pop's about. And this is why I like K-pop. Cute girls acting cute, even though the music video is boring as hell. It's in a box. There's not even any cool effects in it. I don't even think their makeup even looked all that great. But they were just cute girls acting cute. And a group that I like. And that's kind of all that matters in K-pop.
And yes, I know that's one of the reasons why we need a girl in this podcast, because I'm sure a girl will say the exact same thing about
the guys.
9/10 of the guy groups. We're like,
but we just don't find those guys attractive.
Yeah.
It's because we're not gay.
But I mean,
girls.
I don't have to be gay to find a dude attractive. Like, there's plenty of dudes that I'm like, you're attracted to.
No. Let's get this straight.
You mean it doesn't get your giblies in a
It doesn't get
twist.
It doesn't get my heart fluttering. It doesn't get my heart fluttering. I could see a guy. I'm like, oh, we say that all the time. Like, oh, that chic's handsome. That jawline. Like, me and Steven can say that about a bunch of guys. We can recognize when guys are handsome and attractive, but they don't make us feel like
it doesn't give them plus 5 points
up,
for the
son?
song.
What's up?
But I still find, I mean, regardless of what people kind of say about our bias in that way, I don't care. Like, if a guy group made a good song, I would care. And I still think 9 out of 10 times the songs are shit. They're not good, but people give them a pass. And that might be what we're doing with Apink. That might be.
You might think like, oh, this is shit, like bubblegum pop.
Yeah.
I don't want to listen to this, but
yeah. And if that's the case, I agree with you. You know, but I really do like songs. It ain't no. Like that's one of the best K-pop songs I've heard
in a while. Yeah.
Maybe ever. Time will tell. But that song also is like linked to like us coming here to Korea and like hearing it everywhere and the dance and stuff like that. So, yeah. So,
so let's talk about our next song then. We didn't even get to play that video.
Oh, I totally forgot. Man,
this is new to us.
That's Apink. All right, let's move on.
Yeah, honestly, you're not missing much. It's just the girls looking cute.
But we'll put the notes somewhere. Be like, it should be here.
Eunji looking like Eunji, and Bomi looking like Bomi. Namju looking like Namju. Just them looking cute, and that's pretty much the video.
Let's move on.
But our second song is Baechigi with Dduraeyo. So this song kind of sneaked under our radar, to be honest. We're not really big fans of like Baechigi. We only know them basically from like Shower of Tears.
But Shower of Tears was fucking like
gangbusters
here.
Gangbusters. But honestly, like when we first listened to the song, we didn't really know what to feel. We were like, this guy's kind of singing and rapping, singing, in like this old retro Korean kind of style. And then we were like, but wait, it really fits the song.
Yeah, it is a very retro-y, sounding song, and the dude's voice in the beginning doesn't match his look. It's like I can picture this old ajashi guy like belting out this kind of voice, and I think at first it's a little strange, but I think as the song goes on, it like really fits.
Really picks up.
As the other members kind of come in, it's like I'm really starting to like this song.
I like it.
It's not as good as Shower of Tears. But it's a totally different type of song. Like Shower of Tears was like rap. It was like that was some rappy McRap.
Rappy McRapperson.
Yeah, and it wasn't until Ailey comes in with her chorus where it's like, but
Bam!
This is a totally different song. This is and it that's good. Like I mean they got some questionable haircuts in there.
It's kind of retro style. Like some of these haircuts, I remember my dad sporting, and some of these haircuts, even my dad back then wouldn't be cotton dead. Yeah, with these.
But I like that. I mean, I don't know if they're playing the instruments. The drummer definitely is not. But
just getting after it.
I just kind of like the look. I mean, again, they're rappers, and they're singers, of course. But like, they're not going too hard. They look like they're having fun. Like they look like they're enjoying themselves, and that's what I like. That's what I like about this kind of stuff.
Yeah, this song has really like funky bass undertone to it, and once it hit me in the eardrum, I was like, oh. Feels good.
It does feel good. I mean, to be honest, there's not that much more to say about it. I mean,
yeah, it's a good song. If you haven't listened to it, if you don't even know who Baechigi is, go check out Shower of Tears. Check out this song right down here, and you will not be disappointed. And if you are, well, sorry.
Go back to your BTS.
Sorry.
Man, I really gotta get over this BTS. I gotta learn other boy group names. Like, I don't even have that much against BTS.
You don't even have beef against BTS.
I literally just don't know. I can't remember a bunch of other K-pop names. So I guess that's props. That's props to BTS for sticking in my brain.
Just a lot of Nugu groups for us.
I refuse.
Nugu?
I refuse to go along with this. But let's talk about the next song, which is by another. It's a new dude. I think it's a new dude.
Newish dude, yeah.
And his name's Eddy Kim, with his song 2 Years Apart. 2 years apart. Now, it's springtime now.
Mm-hmm. Springtime.
And with springtime, there's always dude with guitar time.
It's always dude guitar time.
Yeah, last year it was Roy Kim. The year before
Busker,
that,
Busker.
Busker, even though that's a little
Busker
different. But there's like Yoo Sung Woo, I think is his name. He's dude with a guitar.
That kid, yeah, that
as a kid.
Yeah, I like that kid.
But I like dudes with guitar.
We like dudes with guitars.
And this is I really actually think is a good dude with a good guitar. Like
this is a fantastic like acoustic song.
Yeah.
Kind of guitar feel to it. It just has that kind of soulfulness. And kind of like what you kind of expect from like K-indie like artists.
No.
But he's kind of more mainstream artist. I mean, Mystic 89 is a pretty big label, but the video right now has less than 100,000 views.
Which is actually much more than I would expect, actually. Usually Mystic 89 groups are kind of low unless you're, what's their biggest group?
It's a soul artist. What's her face? We forgot her name last time too. What's her name?
Sorry. I will say though that sometimes, like for example, Roy Kim, like even though he's dude with guitar, his guitar playing is super basic. Like it's not a bad thing. Just his song is super basic chord. It's
meant to be catchy.
Yeah. It's simple, which is fine.
Yeah, you kind of want to focus more on the singing, less on the guitar playing. But this guy, his guitar playing is very, very good.
Yeah.
I want to say like fantastic. Like I want to say he's like a fingerstyle pro.
Yeah.
But he definitely knows how to work a guitar. He definitely is a guitarist.
He's not like Leonard Skinnering it, whatever. But like he's more involved with the guitar, which I like. And it's a brisk kind of tone. I mean, the video is kind of generic indie video, which is to walk around
Sweden or some
country.
European country.
If it ain't America, it ain't a country. So
America,
someplace,
guns,
somewhere,
Eagles, apple pie, freedom, basketball.
Basketball?
I said baseball. But I was trying to say it like
basketball. I just spit a little bit.
Most Texas way I could.
Yo,
I'm from California.
Wrong. You got wrong. You don't know.
California.
You don't know.
I don't know anything about that.
But I think it's a very kind of a springish song. It's a very I look forward to probably hearing this. Just kidding. They only play Cherry Blossom Ending. Yeah. That is all they play in Korea. If that song hits number one again this spring, like they got to be rolling in fucking dough. Like seriously, like if you don't know that song, Buster Buster's song was released 2 years ago.
Spring.
Yeah.
Every single spring.
I mean, to be fair, this is only the third year. It's not like it's like 30 years of their life is like making royalties.
You have to remember, it's like if someone in the States released a song, and then in the same time in the next year it reached the top 1 position on the top Billboard 100.
True, but that does kind of happen with shit like the Graduation song, like when it's around graduation time, I always hear that song. You know that Vitamin is it Vitamin C? Is it Vitamin C?
Or that Green Day. Or that Green Day song. Yeah, the time of our lives. The Green Day song.
You mean every Green Day song ever? But anyways, that's Eddy Kim, guitar guy with guitar. If you like guitar dudes with guitars, I think you really will like Eddy Kim. So give him a chance.
And it's weird the way they spell his name. Like it's not Kim, but it's like a hard K, like Kim.
Which is not how it normally is.
Yeah,
you may think it's Kim. You'd be like, there's got to be a K sound, but it's not.
No,
it's like a G.
It's a sound like Kim.
Yeah. Also, Lee.
Kim.
It ain't Lee. You think it's Lee.
It's
but you don't fucked up.
And you think it's Lim, it's Im.
Yeah, you think it's Chue, you fucked up. Because that's really not what it's.
Yeah, you think it's Woo, it's Oo.
Yeah.
But anyways, not important.
But seriously, that Chue thing really blew my mind. I was like, because usually it's like, oh, it's kind of close, but
your name ain't Choi.
It ain't Choi. Anyways, let's move on. You go. I think it's your turn.
So the next song is by a duo that I love. We love this duo to death.
I don't know where you got to death. But
I love them to death. I'm gonna say what I want because I'm introducing the song.
You didn't even know about their first music video.
This is their debut.
This is their first CD, but it's not their debut. Anyways, go
I don't count OSTs. Anyways.
Yeah, but you know some commenter does. And today I'm that commenter.
It's not their official debut, though. I'm that guy. Akdong Musician with 200%.
Akdong!
Akdong!
AKMU!
Akmu!
I will say I think it's a little strange that they decided to go with AKMU.
Akmu?
But in Korean, it's still Akdong Musician, right?
Yeah, Akdong Musician.
But anyways, I do like Akdong Musician. I like their first song from the OST. They
actually have like a few songs and like a CF song too.
They do have that. They did Baskin Robbins, didn't they?
It was one of the coffee chains.
Okay, I was wrong. I think they have a Baskin Robbins. It doesn't matter. All that matters is this is their first real CD.
Yeah.
And so this is their debut song. I will say that while I love this song and it really grew on me, and the video really grew on me, we'll talk about that more in a second. The rap part in the beginning, I don't like.
Kind of threw you off a little bit.
Yeah, I was like, what? And then he forgets. He's like, yo, I can rap. You know I can rap. And then he just forgets he can rap because it doesn't come back again, which is great.
Well, honestly, like it's not horrible. Like it doesn't make me like turn off the song. Like I'm done with this. Bloop. But it just, I wasn't expecting it. It doesn't feel like their style. It feels very YG style. And it's kind of like a YG element in their song. I don't really mind it, to be honest. It's not fantastic and it's not detrimental. So it could
Which is weird to me because there's many times where it's like, oh, they've added a rap part. That's stupid.
Yeah. They added a rap part and I'm like, oh, I'm done with it.
Yeah.
But
I think the power of Akdong lets you.
I think it's by the time I was like, wait a minute. Like that's when she starts singing. I'm like, oh, hey.
Yeah.
Right? Like. I just forgot all about it. Like it was just like
true
when she started singing, and this video is like really cute.
It was such a sweet. Like the song's sweet,
so sweet,
it's very spring like. You were like, I'm so happy, I'm happy, and I was there with you. Maybe not as Egyo, but then the slow reveal at the end of the video just like punches you in the fucking heart.
And I'm like, why? Why are you gonna do that?
It's so. I mean, you might see it happen, but I don't want to ruin it. Like, I think you should watch it just to experience what it's like to rip fucking love from your heart.
Why do I feel so sad with the song that's supposed to make me happy?
Yeah. Maybe it's in the lyrics, kind of, but I don't know. Since they ain't won the K, they don't put any subtitles because apparently only Won the K has continued to figure that out and fucking.
I'm still surprised you're saying 1 to K. Lowen. I'm gonna
even Lowen was like, no, we ain't going with that no more. We won the K.
I'm gonna still say Lowen.
Well, I'm okay. Are you gonna still say Akdong? Or are you gonna be like AKMU?
I'm gonna say Akdong Musician.
Good, because that's.
Anyways, like, why? Why you so told me with my feels, Akdong Musician?
And you know what? Honestly, like I really thought this was just generic, boring, cutesy video, and then they throw in this kind of twist,
but they didn't twist it back.
They twisted it. They twisted it. And you know, yes, it's kind of like, yeah, of course, the only videos that we kind of remember are the ones with the twist, right? But I thought it was pretty good. I didn't see it coming.
I didn't see it coming either. I was like, that's the end?
Yeah. But
it made me sad.
I did like the song. But are they in YG?
Yeah.
They're in YG? That makes me extra sad about that rap part. YG is like, you know what this song is missing?
A rap part in the beginning.
Part.
You, brother one, can you rap? Not really. I'm more of a guitar player and a singer.
Shut your fucking mouth. You can rap.
You're YG. You know you have to rap.
Yeah.
That's kind of how it went.
But, you know, I might even download the album and see what it's like. I mean, I think they have a very unique sound, right?
I will.
Her voice is very unique. The guy's voice is pretty unique. I think they go very well together. And they're brother and sister. What's not to love about that?
I'm going to download it.
All right. Well, speaking of a song I might download, right? A song I might download. Let's talk about our last song for episode 46. And that is a song by Mad Clown featuring Hyorin. And it's called Without You. Now, Mad Clown kind of burst into the scene. I know he's probably released other songs, but I ain't ever heard of this Chingu before he came out with the song with Soyu called...
Mad in Love?
Yeah.
Stupid in Love? Something in Love?
In Love.
Mad in Love? It's something in love. Can't remember what it is.
Yeah, and I did talk about that when that came out. And, you know, I try to make it very clear in the beginning. Like, I don't really like Mad Clown's rapping flow. You brought it up during the video, which is, I should probably play it before I forget. And that is that he kind of raps like it's slam poetry.
Yeah, he kind of has like a spoken word style of like rap.
Yeah. Which is great, I think, if I understood it. I think it's a little boring when I don't understand it. Because as much as I kind of hate, I don't know, Lil Wayne, like, sometimes I'm like, I kind of like his rapping style, you know? The Drake rapping style.
Just the flow.
Yeah, there's like a certain flow. And his is like, there is a flow, but it's not one that I'm particularly,
fond of. Yeah, fond of.
But when Hyorin comes in...
With that Hyorin voice?
She comes in with that Hyorin voice, and it's pretty good. I think actually when I heard Stupid in Love or Mad in Love, whatever it's called, I really didn't like it at first. I really didn't like it until you were like, it's a pretty good song. You're trying to make me hear it more. I think we were on a bus. I kind of remember you were like, we were on a bus. Song more.
We were on a bus.
Yeah, and the more I listened to the song, I was like, man, but when Soyu comes in, it's like, I forget about the Mad Clown part. I'm in it. And I don't think Hyorin's part is that good. But I still might download it just to be in it for the chorus.
Like, honestly, I didn't like this song as much as I liked the collaboration with Soyu. For some reason, for me, Hyorin, her voice sounds better on its own. It shouldn't be featured in a track. I don't really know how to describe my feeling, but Soyu has a very good voice that accompanies like male voices very well. Like her song with Jungkook, which is like fucking gangbusters in Korea.
That was a good ass song.
Like that song is like like 2 months strong, and like it's still winning awards. Like doesn't make any sense.
And that dude raps pretty darn okay. I'm down with that.
But that was the guy from Geeks. That wasn't Jungkook. But anyways,
you're right. I fucked up.
But
the Geeks guy is really good. I actually really like Geeks flow.
But what I'm trying to say is that Soyu's voice goes better with male voices, and Hyorin's voice, in my opinion, sounds better on its own. And so I think that's part of the reason why I like the other song better than this one. But
does that translates in my head to like Hyorin's voice is too powerful, like because his rap style is very like low key, like hey. I kind of look like a nerd. I'm gonna be, yeah. And then Hyorin's like, I'm Hyorin. It's like, I think it doesn't match as well as Soyu's, which she can sing decently well.
She kind of has like an airy, soft, like, okay, Hyorin has like a soft voice too, and it's airy, but there's just something different about it. I can't really explain and put it into words because I'm dumb. But if you guys understand what I'm saying, thank you.
I think I understand what you're saying. I'm not going to go as far as saying she shouldn't be featured in songs.
No, I'm not going to say that, of course. I want to hear Hyorin as much as I can.
But I'm trying to think. She was featured in a song that was pretty good. Can't remember the song.
Is it Wings? The dynamic duo song?
Hot Wings?
Yeah,
is that
Hot
the
Wings.
song? That's not the song I'm thinking of, but she was featured in that.
That was a pretty good song.
But I think agree, like... It's weird, though, because Ailey also has a very powerful sound, but when Ailey's featured in a song, it's usually pretty good.
Yeah.
But she doesn't sing the powerful kind of way when she's featured in a song, usually.
She kind of sings a little more softer.
Yeah, a little softer, a little more dramatic, which, is great. But seriously, though, you should probably just watch Some instead of this, because that's a way better song.
Yeah, that song's gangbusters in Korea. It's still gangbusters. My kids want to listen to that song, like... No, we have some time left. We can watch one music video. Some. No.
And you have high school kids, and I don't, because my kids want to watch just generic K-pop. BTS.
Really? They want to watch BTS?
The girls do. The girls really like BTS. You know what really surprised me? all these girls started chanting for this group that I just was like, my mind blew. My mind blew.
B1A4?
Try to guess this group.
B1A4?
You're not going to guess it.
A Prince?
B1A4. No.
C-Cloud?
No. You're not going to guess.
I'm going to guess.
You're not going to guess. Keep guessing. Come on. Come on.
Big Bang?
Big Bang. I mean, of course Big Bang, but this is not the time for that.
Is it a male group?
It's a male group.
2 p.m.?
No.
2 a.m.?
Go down on the list. Go down on the list of who the fuck are these guys?
So it's a Nugu group.
It's I mean, yeah, I think they've been out for a year and a half ish.
A Nugu group.
It don't matter. You're not gonna guess. It was History.
What the
Yeah.
fuck?
Yeah. I was
What the fuck?
and like the teacher played the History song, and like all these girls were fucking singing along to the song. They knew it by heart. Now I think it was just this one of my classes that were like the History fan club or something. But I was like,
That blows my mind.
it does.
Sorry, all you history appreciating fans of ours, but we don't like history all that much.
I actually don't mind History.
Yeah.
There was a song by them that I can't remember that I actually decently like.
Is it 100%?
I don't know. That's how low they are on the who would have thought.
We don't like boy groups, and if you're a rookie boy group, it's even harder for you to stick in our mind, unless you're BTS for some reason.
It's because of their I'm so hard. Like, I remember that. I remember Rap Monster. And I'm like, your fucking name is Rap Monster. Get off my nuts. Which, by the way, I did read a news story where he was like top 1% in all of Korea for exams in junior high. Who would have thought? Anyways, let's finish this podcast. It's 1:20 a.m.
We have work tomorrow.
I got work tomorrow.
I have a packed schedule tomorrow.
Yeah, so thank you, of course, for making it to the very end. I think 2 people have Twittered us or Facebooked us that says, I always make it to the end. Left a comment. I love you guys that make it to the end. And we want to thank you for listening. And hopefully you're okay with the fact that we're probably going to do this once every 2 weeks. But if you look at the quality of the songs in this episode and last episode, you'll know why we made that change. Because
because this. You got this now.
Oh, right. I forgot. There's like new things I'm forgetting, because BAM!
BAM!
We actually can, things. So if you've made it to the end, you probably already know about this kind of stuff.
Ha-cha-cha. Ha-cha-cha.
You know? Okay. I'm trying to talk.
Sorry.
I think I actually should put this up during the halftime. Because if you make it to the end, chances are you already know we do all this junk, right? I should probably put it in the halftime and maybe at the end again. But all of these things will link to playlists of things we do, right? The podcast right here. We got our reactions, our last reaction. We got 2-way gooks. We got what is that? And we got Let's Talk K-Dramas, where Josh isn't in that, but whatever.
They don't like me.
I haven't recorded that too.
They don't care about my opinions.
But you got a life. I know you ain't watching that drama anyways.
I've been trying. I just can't find the time.
Yeah, so that's why I didn't include you. Also, that is my life now. My life is now, when are you going to find time? But we hope you liked it. We will be back more regularly. Now that I got my computer, we're going to start trying to do reaction videos on the internets.
I'm going to be like right there.
Yeah, which means that Josh doesn't actually have to come physically to my apartment. So hopefully that works out. And until 2 weeks later...
Or whenever next Wakeooks is.
Bye. How do I turn it on?
I don't know. That's